आइए दूसरे नंबर पर हम बात करते हैं हॉस्पिटल के कॉन्सेप्ट की। आज हम जिस तरह के हॉस्पिटल को जानते हैं कि अगर कोई मरीज ज्यादा बीमार हो तो हम उसे हॉस्पिटल में दाखिल करवाते हैं, जहां उसे टाइम टू टाइम चेक किया जाता है, वक्त वक्त पर दवाई दी जाती है। एक हॉस्पिटल में कई कई वार्ड होते हैं। इसका कॉन्सेप्ट भी सबसे पहले एक मुसलमान को ही आया और दुनिया का सबसे पहला मेडिकल सेंटर एक मुसलमान खलीफा हारून रशीद ने 9th सेंचुरी में बगदाद में बनवाया। और इसी तरह इजिप्ट में सबसे पहला हॉस्पिटल 872 में कायरो में बनाया गया। बनाने वाले का नाम था अहमद इब्ने तुलून और उन्हीं के नाम पर हॉस्पिटल का नाम भी रखा गया, अहमद इब्ने तुलून हॉस्पिटल।
At a time when Europeans were praying to the bones of their saints to cure their illnesses, Muslim physicians developed an innovative theory that disease was transmitted through tiny airborne organisms, the precursor to the study of germs. They determined that sick patients should be quarantined and then treated. This is the basis of the institution most fundamental to medicine today, the hospital. Funded mainly through religious endowments, Muslim hospitals had separate wards for patients suffering from different kinds of disease. Even mental illness was treated. Their studies of anatomy were so sophisticated that they remained in use by Muslim and European physicians for 600 years.
कोरोना के इस काल में वर्ड क्वारंटीन तो आप सबने सुना ही होगा। ये कहाँ से आया? किसी पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन में किसी बीमारी से बचने के लिए क्वारंटीन प्रोसीजर को फॉलो करना, ये भी एक मुसलमान डॉक्टर इब्ने सीना ने सबसे पहले बताया, जिनको फादर ऑफ मॉडर्न मेडिसिन भी कहा जाता है।
Quarantine this, quarantine that. Since the start of the COVID-19 outbreak, online searches of the word quarantine have increased by 10,000%. Whether it's health experts, politicians, or the media, quarantine has been the #1 recommendation as the most effective way of curbing the infection rate of coronavirus and limit its detrimental impact globally. But is quarantine a new phenomena, and do you know who came up with it? If you look up the definition of quarantine, this is what you'll find. A state, period, or place of isolation in which people or animals that have arrived from elsewhere or been exposed to infectious or contagious disease are placed. Now, the concept of quarantine has been used since biblical times, but there is a general consensus that the man who ingrained and popularized the term is Muslim polymath Ibn Sina, also referred to as Avicenna. Ibn Sina is regarded as one of the most significant physicians, astronomers, thinkers, and writers of the Islamic Golden Age. He argued for the use of quarantine to control the spread of diseases in his 5-volume medical encyclopedia, the Canon of Medicine, originally published in 1025. The Muslim scholar had explained his theory that diseases spread through small particles invisible to the naked eye, a discovery that was proven centuries later after the invention of microscopes. So as you can see, Ibn Sina was clearly a visionary way beyond his time. He came up with the concept of al-arba'iniyya, which translated from Arabic means 40 days, an isolation method to stop the spread of diseases. In the mid-1300s, when the Black Death ravaged the world, all crew docking in Venice needed to stay on board for 40 days in quarantine before coming on land. The Venetians called it quarantina, and that's how we get the word quarantine. Ibn Sina's influence resonated in both the Eastern and Western worlds. His book Canon of Medicine was translated into Latin in Spain in the 12th century. And in Italy, the University of Bologna, the oldest European university, was the first to adopt his works as the base of its medical education in the 13th century. And so, from the 13th century to the 17th centuries, Ibn Sina's encyclopedia became the foundation of Western medical education programs. Fast forward to 2020, and now humanity at large faces the unprecedented threat of COVID-19. And we find ourselves, once again, taking a page from Ibn Sina's book.
इस्लामिक वर्ल्ड में उस वक्त हॉस्पिटल में इलाज सब के लिए आम था। आदमी हो या औरत, मिलिट्री मैन हो या सिविलियन, मुस्लिम हो या नॉन मुस्लिम, और अमीर हो या गरीब, इलाज सबका होता था। ये नहीं है कि अगर आप गरीब हैं और आपके पास इलाज के पैसे नहीं हैं तो आपका इलाज नहीं होगा। नहीं, आपका इलाज होगा और फ्री में होगा, और इलाज का खर्च हुकूमत उठाएगी। दोस्तों, अब आप जब भी किसी हॉस्पिटल में जाएं तो उस मुसलमान को याद करना मत भूलिएगा जिसने सारी इंसानियत के फायदे के लिए इसकी शुरुआत की थी। आइए तीसरे नंबर पर हम बात करते हैं इब्नुल हैसम की। कुछ लोग इब्नुल हैतम भी कहते हैं। इस अजीम मुस्लिम साइंटिस्ट के बारे में जितना कहा जाए कम है। आज हम सबके हाथों में जो कैमरे वाला मोबाइल है, उस कैमरे का सबसे पहला क्रेडिट इब्नुल हैसम को जाता है। जरा सोचिए, अगर दुनिया में कैमरे की इजाद नहीं होती तो दुनिया कैसी होती। एक छोटे से डार्क रूम में जिसकी शुरुआत हुई थी, डार्क रूम यानी कि अंधेरा कमरा, वही कमरा बाद में बन गया आज का कैमरा। इब्नुल हैसम ने ही सबसे पहले रोशनी यानी लाइट पर रिसर्च करके सबसे पहले रिफ्लेक्शन और रिफ्रैक्शन को समझाया। इसके अलावा इब्न हैसम ने और भी कई रिसर्च की हैं और दुनिया को एक से एक चीजें दी है। आइए देखते हैं।
If learning the truth is the scientist's goal, then he must make himself the enemy of all that he reads.
इब्नुल हैसम की तरह मोहम्मद इब्न ज़करिया अल राजी, अल बैरूनी, इब्न सीना, अल खवारिज़मी, अब्बास इब्न फिरनास द फर्स्ट पायलट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, उमर खयाम, जाबिर इब्न हयान, अल जजारी, कुतुबुद्दीन अल शैराजी और मरियम अल अस्तुल्लाबिया वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह, लिस्ट बहुत लंबी है। आइए इनमें से कुछ के कारनामों के बारे में शॉर्ट में जानते चलते हैं।
A time and place where people from all around the world work together to develop new inventions, discover new knowledge, and understand more about our universe. A place where the language was science used to make the world a better place. Such a time and place existed. It was a long time ago and has almost been forgotten.
In the 9th century, there was an outstanding Persian mathematician and author by the name of Muhammad al-Khwarizmi. Born in 780 AD in Khwarizm, his name is the origin of the word algorithm. Al-Khwarizmi was a scholar in Baghdad and worked in mathematics, astronomy, and geography in the House of Wisdom.
Hi, I am Abu Abdullah al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra and the creator of algorithms. You may be wondering how algorithms are relevant today. Well, it's simple. Algorithms are a set of instructions and they are used in almost all of the devices around us. Computers, iPads, telephones, you name it. Every time you press a button or tap the screen, you are telling your device to do something. And the way your device reacts to that instruction is based on an algorithm.
The word algebra came from the famous mathematics book that he wrote, called the Compendious Book on Calculations by Completion and Balancing, which contained a logical approach to solving linear and quadratic equations. This was the first book to ever be written on algebra. Al-Khwarizmi also wrote about the clock, the astrolabe, and the sundial. Mathematics and sciences would not be what they are today without his groundbreaking contributions. Men have dreamed of flying ever since they learned to walk. History is full of legends and tales of men who tried to fly. The first successful attempt at flight was done by the Chinese, who flew kites around the 5th century. The first human flight was accomplished by a great Muslim inventor, Abbas ibn Firnas. Abbas ibn Firnas was born in Andalus, Spain, but he lived in the Emirate of Cordoba, one of the major centers of learning in the Muslim world.
Oh, hi there. My name is Abbas ibn Firnas, the world's first pilot. My glider inspired many inventors, particularly the Wright brothers who built the first successful aeroplane. So the aeroplanes you know today may look different, but they are built on the research that was carried out by me for many, many years.
One day, Ibn Firnas watched a man test the first parachute jump. This gave him an idea. For the next 23 years, Ibn Firnas studied the nature of flight, and eventually at the age of 70, he built a pair of wings out of silk, wood, and actual feathers, and he jumped off a cliff, gliding in the air. Ibn Firnas's brave attempt at flying launched him into history.
तो दोस्तों, खुश रहिए और एक दूसरे की मदद करते रहिए। याद रखिए, हम सब एक माँ बाप की औलाद हैं, भाई भाई हैं, दुश्मन नहीं। ना मैं आपको इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करने बोलूँगा और ना वीडियो को लाइक करने। अलबत्ता ये ज़रूर कहूँगा कि इस वीडियो को जितना हो सकता है शेयर ज़रूर कीजिए, क्योंकि आज दुनिया में प्यार, मोहब्बत और सही इन्फॉर्मेशन की बहुत ज़रूरत है। दूसरों तक सही इल्म का पहुँचाना भी सदका है, पुण्य है। इस वीडियो और इस सीरीज़ का नेक्स्ट पार्ट ये रहा। आप सबका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। जय हिंद।